think it's important the teenagers go on a retreat because it's different than what's normal. And often when you do something that's different from what's normal, you're more alert to things and you can sort of somehow hear from God better sometimes because you're out of your normal.
Well, personally, like in a bustling area like the tri-state area, it's not often that we get to get away from things and get into like a natural environment and see like God's creation. So it's good to like that we get to come up here and get a different viewpoint that we wouldn't have seen otherwise.
I think it's important because we get away from all the things we're dealing with at home, and like we're away from technology too, and we just can be with like the people we're with here and with God, and it strengthens your relationship.
A lot of times when we're living in an area so crowded, it's not a lot of times you can get like outdoor space and to see the stars outside. And just this environment is just really nice. There's a soccer field. I love soccer. There's a big gym. So a lot to do here. Fresh air, you know. That's just, to me, the best part is like, especially at night when you see the stars, because I don't really get to see that too much.
I feel like it's really important because we're kind of secluded from the world, and I feel like we get like a better connection with God, and we get like our own time to just talk to Him and do our devotions, and we're not distracted by like other people.
It's also really good to actually retreat from daily life struggles and just focus on God.
Just going to a place that's a lot more quiet and that's not so busy, and just you're with a certain group, and that's all that matters for this weekend is just the people you're surrounded with and God, and it's just so nice to be in such a more quiet area.
I feel like sometimes we get caught up in everything that we have to do, and our lives get really busy, and it's really important to just take that time away and isolate yourself from everything that goes on.
So our desire as leaders was that these teenagers would go home and they would understand that God's word is profitable for their lives. It's practical, it's applicable, and so we hope that when they go home, they'll take what they learned here and they'll apply it to their everyday lives.
I know a lot of people that came that don't usually go to our youth group. They got saved during this weekend, and I like when new members come into our family.
Going to retreat gives you the opportunity to just really physically step away from what you usually face, and you're able to really take everything in, take the lesson in, and really just refocus on what's important, and then go back and try it again.
I think places like Camp Shiloh are so important because our world today and like the teenagers of our society are so connected to their phones and not face to face. And Shiloh really fosters a community that promotes relationships and not just texting on your phone all the time. And
at Camp Shiloh, there's a lot of things to do, but definitely my favorite thing to do is the ropes course. For me, I love climbing things, and doing the rock wall inside the gym was very exciting because it was really challenging, and I finally got to the top, and it was just really rewarding after it.
You get to know people in a deeper way that you wouldn't have known them before.
My favorite thing to do is come into the chapel with our whole youth group and sing worship songs, and all come together as one and talk about God.
The highlight of my weekend has probably been the worship and the singing. It just helps me feel a lot closer to God, and it helps me forget about all the things at home too.
I love Camp Shiloh because of their staff, because of how Shiloh was born out of such a story, like John Frank Sr.'s story, I think is really powerful. And even though I've heard it, 17 or 18 times, it doesn't get old to me. That is the gospel in a lot of ways. And the heart behind this place is a lot of what God did in John. So it's personal. When you know that story, it's a personal place.
They kind of just foster a space for a community where everyone, no matter who you are and what friend group you're in, everyone just comes together, and it's a place where you can love Jesus together.
We love Camp Shiloh. We've had a good, long relationship with Camp here. We've seen the camp grow tremendously, which is awesome to see. Our group has grown tremendously too, and it's nearby, which is great. It's easy to get up here, but the staff just They have a love for God, and they just really have a love for teens, but we know they love our teens, and so it's just a great relationship between this camp and our church. It's fantastic people.
They want to impact churches, they want to impact youth, they want to be able to offer something that's going to be a good tool that they can grow and learn and change. And I feel like they don't just minister to the students, I also feel like they do a great job of trying to minister to the staff as well.
God has definitely been showing me that I'm not alone, because I often feel alone, and this retreat has just given me a reminder that God is always walking by my side, and I can really feel him now, and so hopefully I'll carry that